I came to save my home. The ones that I love. If that's not good enough, screw you. I'm gonna make that a thing in my videos from now on. Just to reach around to close the door. Should really do that before I start filming. Anyway, Aquaman review. This movie was pretty good. It's pretty damn good. Probably my favourite of the DCEU movies so far. I really liked it. I definitely don't think this is stellar on like the level of, say, Captain America Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier, even like the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It's not on that level, but it is fun, solid superhero action flick. It's a popcorn movie, and as far as popcorn movies go, I'd say check it out. It's very, very entertaining. It's fun. It's funny. It had me like bursting out of laughter quite a few times. But I would put it at the top of the DC cinematic universe of movies. It's probably under. It's in between Dark Knight and Man of Steel for me, because I really enjoyed Man of Steel as well. But I think this is better. I'm going to start off with my complaints, because I feel like I have less of those than I do good things. First complaint is the design and the actual execution of the grunts, the foot soldiers, the cannon fodder in this movie. I just feel like they looked a bit cheap, a bit tacky, a bit Power Rangers-y. They didn't seem like they were meant. They didn't really go with the movie. The rest of the movie is so beautiful. They've got these large open landscapes. They got the water. They've got this beautiful desert, and then you throw in these people that look like foot soldiers in a Power Rangers TV episode, and it just doesn't mix. I feel like they look a bit cheesy around the rest of the movie, which looks so beautiful. They look kind of better underwater, but it's when they're on the ground is where they look really cheesy. There's one particular action sequence, and it's the first fight between Aquaman and Ocean Master. I feel like it drags on a bit too long, almost to the point where they do the punches and the strikes with the trident almost don't feel like they actually resonate or they mean anything. It almost feels as though they're just hitting each other. It feels like you're just watching two men hit each other with sticks. It doesn't feel like there's any emotion behind it. It kind of goes on for a bit long. None of the other action sequences have that problem. The other three big ones are really, really damn good. There's one action sequence with the trench that I really like. And the final big climactic battle, that's astounding. That is probably the best DC fight we've had in ages. But I feel like there's only that one fight that reaches Man of Steel level, where it's just people punching each other for the sake of punching each other. It doesn't actually have any emotion behind it. And the last thing that really did bug me was the soundtrack. It just doesn't mesh well enough together. It feels like they've tried to jam so many genres of music, and they've tried to do a Guardians of the Galaxy thing, but instead of having like the actual good versions of that song, they have poppy remasters of it. They have like the pop of the time now. They have poppy remasters of 80s classics. They have a pop version of Africa that plays in the middle of the movie, and that version angered me because I love the song. It's just that version angered me. It's, yeah. What is it with DC movies and ruining classic songs? Like, seriously. I really, Aquaman's main theme, his actual character theme, is really good. That's the one thing with the DC movies that I like, is they all have memorable character themes. Wonder Woman's character theme, which she carries from Batman v Superman all the way into Justice League, that is a stellar theme. That's the thing that the DC movies have over something like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, can anyone remember what Black Widow's character theme is, or the Hulk's character theme? Well, you can remember Thor's. You can remember someone like Star-Lord, because they're actually sung songs, they're actually lyrical songs. But DC can have like a tune that will get stuck in your head, and it will be rocky, it will be perfectly like action packed, and it will just get you in the mood for an action sequence. That's the thing that I like about the DC movies over the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I guess those are all my gripes, really. The soundtrack is a bit naff. The grunts look a bit cheesy, and there's kind of, and I also don't feel like the villains are all that good. I do like them for the amount of time that they're in a movie, but it feels like there's too much Ocean Master, not enough Black Manta. Black Manta should have had a whole film to himself, and the same with Ocean Master, he should have had a whole film to himself. I feel like they are doing that with Black Manta now. They're kind of giving him the sequel, whilst Ocean Master is probably going to become a Loki-esque character, where he becomes kind of more, he becomes more heroic. That's the word. I feel like he's going to become more heroic. This movie gets fucking batshit crazy by the end. Like, the final action sequence, like the big war of Atlantis. It's not really the big war of Atlantis yet. It doesn't seem like it's that big, but it's getting there. It is so crazy. It's probably bigger than the big end fight at the end of Infinity War, or even Black Panther, which I hear a lot of people comparing this movie to by looking at the trailer. It's nothing like Black Panther, apart from someone coming back to challenge the throne and not giving the two villains enough screen time, or giving one villain more screen time than the other villain, when they really should have split the two villains into two separate movies. That's kind of the only two things that connect the two movies. I feel like Aquaman is a better movie than Black Panther, and there's more enjoyment to get out of it, and it's more fun. It's just more fun. It's got a more fun, likeable protagonist. The villains are Ocean Master. You love to hate him, and Black Manta gets a few laughs, actually. Surprisingly, he gets a few laughs. Like I said, Jason Momoa is perfect as Aquaman. And Aquaman as a movie is a very hard sell. So I'm really glad that this is the best of the DCEU. It looks, feels, and like the humor, the action, everything minus soundtrack is at its A game here. Even the soundtrack is at its A game here because it's memorable. It's not memorable for the right reasons, but it's memorable. None of the other movies kind of had a memorable soundtrack, apart from maybe Suicide Squad, but no one talks about Suicide Squad, so yeah. But yeah, I really liked Aquaman. I thought it was great. I thought the action was suitable. Suitable. I thought the action was really good. There is no downtime with this. There is no moment in the movie where you think, I'm gonna go to the toilet now because I'm not gonna miss anything if I go to the toilet. It's not really one of those movies where you can have a toilet break because there's always something happening. They're always throwing something at you. There's always action or something that's integral to the plot happening, and you can't really. There's no breaks. It doesn't have. And once it gets going, it's on accelerate until the end. The only problem with the actual movie itself, with the storytelling of it, is I feel like the beginning is a bit too fast. Like, the very first thing you hear is a door slamming. It should be a little bit of quiet for at least a few seconds, then door slamming. It shouldn't be door slams, then quiet for a few seconds. And the ending is a bit too abrupt. It's just kind of like, he wins. It's a bit like Aquaman wins, big battle's over. Then we see a little bit of Aquaman. Then we see Aquaman's mum and dad reunited. And we see Aquaman swimming, jumps out, and end credits. After credit scene is very interesting because it shows more of Black Manta, and it shows this other guy that we've seen throughout the movie, and he's been like, Atlanteans exist, and no one believes him, even though there is literal living, breathing proof, and everyone saw it in Justice League. Another thing about this movie, yeah, I'm going to leave it there, actually. I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.